Gervonta Davis just got brutally attacked by Shakur Stevenson after he canceled the fight. Yeah, the fight that wasn't even on the calendar is already in the trash. Well, Gervonta started this hype, but when Shakur got all serious about it, he started ghosting him. Like, seriously, Gervonta, was it just your adrenaline talking when you called out Shakur? Then reality smacks you, and you realize this guy's a beast. So you chicken out? But hey, Shakur isn't just some name fighters can throw around to boost their hype. His patience ran out, and man, did it get ugly. So it all happened on the night of July 2nd, 2024. Right at the entrance of Miami's famous Live nightclub, things got real messy between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Shakur Stevenson. Imagine this. Davis rolls up for a chill night out, probably thinking about what to drink first, when bam! Stevenson shows up with a whole different game plan. This guy's been stewing over the never-ending delays and cancellations of their big fight, and he's had enough. Davis, all casual, steps out of his car and heads towards the club's entrance. But Stevenson, looking like he means business, walks straight up to him. Eyewitnesses said you could cut the tension with a knife. No time for chit-chat. Stevenson throws the first punch, a hard jab that lands square on Davis's face. Davis is caught totally off guard, reeling from the hit. Even with his bodyguards around, he's getting punched. Stevenson, with months of frustration fueling his fists, doesn't hold back. He lands punch after punch, each one more brutal than the last. The bystanders are in shock. Some of them had laughed at Davis for having bodyguards, but now they're watching in horror as Stevenson goes to town on him. The bodyguards try to intervene, but Stevenson's too fast and too furious. They struggle to pull him away as he continues to rain down blows on Davis. People whip out their phones, and within minutes, videos flood social media. The aftermath was total chaos. Davis is left with a swollen face, bruises, and a cut lip. He's shaken, but manages to walk away with the help of his security team. Stevenson, meanwhile, is dragged away by his entourage, shouting that Davis needs to stop hiding behind excuses and face him in the ring. The boxing world is buzzing. Leonard Ellerbay, CEO of Mayweather Promotions and Davis's manager, is fuming, calling it an unprovoked and cowardly assault. He says, Shakur Stevenson should be ashamed of himself. Bob Arum, Stevenson's promoter, tries to cool things down, calling for calm and professionalism.
Top five. Like, his situation, I feel like he been one of the best, been one of the greatest boxers to do it, but he just had the opportunity and needed the opportunity to show it. And I think with Errol Spence, he was the right guy to be there to show.
But do you think Stevenson just lost it all of a sudden? Well, nope. These two have a history that goes way back, a history that's fueled their fiery tempers and reactions. To get the full picture, we need to travel back almost 3 decades. Gervonta "Tank" Davis, born on November 7, 1994, in Baltimore, Maryland, has been a force in the boxing world. This guy started young and turned pro in 2013. Since then, he's been on a knockout spree, racking up an undefeated record of 30-0, with 28 of those wins by knockout. Davis burst onto the scene in 2017 when he snagged the IBF super featherweight title by defeating Jose Pedraza. From there, he just kept climbing, taking the WBA super featherweight title in 2018 and the WBA regular lightweight title in 2019. His knack for moving between weight classes while maintaining his knockout power has been key to his dominance. One of Davis's most memorable fights was on October 31, 2020, against Leo Santa Cruz at the Alamodome in San Antonio, Texas. That night, Davis delivered a knockout punch that had everyone talking. It was a 6th-round stunner, solidifying his rep as a knockout artist and showing he could handle the pressure. In 2021, Stevenson moved up to the super featherweight division and won the WBO title there too. His fight against Jamel Herring on October 23, 2021, was a boxing masterclass. Stevenson dismantled Herring over 10 rounds, earning a TKO victory and showing the world his superior technique. The Davis-Stevenson rivalry is more than just two undefeated fighters vying for the top spot. It's a clash of styles, personalities, and ambitions. The tension started publicly in 2018 when they exchanged words on social media. Stevenson questioned Davis's willingness to fight top-tier opponents, while Davis dismissed Stevenson, claiming he hadn't proved himself against elite fighters.
screenwriter. So that's one of your peers. Do you think Gervonta?
No, he's a casual though. Like Tank is a casual. You got to be honest. Like, when we like look at him and really understand, like you could be a special boxer, but don't really have like the IQ and I ain't gonna say IQ, but like.
Their back-and-forth jabs continued over the years, heating up the anticipation for a showdown. In 2020, during the build-up to Davis's fight with Leo Santa Cruz, Stevenson criticized Davis for cherry-picking opponents. Davis called Stevenson a keyboard warrior, challenging him to prove himself in the ring. By 2021, Stevenson's win over Jamel Herring and his move to lightweight brought him closer to a potential fight with Davis. The boxing world buzzed with speculation, but negotiations stalled, leading to frustration on both sides. In early 2023, after beating Robson Conceição, Stevenson publicly challenged Davis, calling him out directly and demanding a fight.
You sit here beefing with Floyd. It's a fighter out here that's been calling your name that want to fight you. Gervonta Tank Davis, let's make the fight happen, man. I'm tired of tweeting. I'm tired of talking about it. Stop ducking me and let's make the fight happen, man.
Who's the better fighter? It's a tough call. Davis's explosive power and crowd-drawing ability make him a marketing dream, while Stevenson's technical prowess and Olympic pedigree suggest a level of discipline and strategy that could win in a head-to-head matchup. Davis's 30-0 record with 28 knockouts is impressive, but Stevenson's ability to win rounds convincingly and his defensive skills can't be ignored. And let me tell you, the rivalry between Gervonta Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson is more than just competition. It's deeply personal. These two have been circling each other for years, driven by a burning desire to dominate the boxing world and fueled by their clashing personalities and styles. They have a history that dates back to their amateur careers. Both fighters, known for their skills and prowess, never officially faced each other in the amateur ring. But the rivalry between them was palpable even then.
Wow. Because he a good boxer, nigga. Like, that's when I look at y'all two as the best in the division. How? Show me something that he did spectacular. Show me something that he did outrageous. Show me. His power not outrageous.
Okay.
What defense?
You think he got defense?
He just jumped back. You never see him slip no punch. You never see him slip no punch. Go look at it. You see him back up from a lot of people. Back up.
Flashback to 2019. On November 30th, Stevenson faced Edwin de los Santos and delivered a stellar performance, securing a decisive victory. This win not only cemented Stevenson's reputation as a top contender, but also made him the trending topic across social media. Praise poured in from all corners of the boxing world, with many lauding his superior technique and strategic prowess. In the wake of Stevenson's victory, Gervonta Davis, perhaps feeling a bit overshadowed, publicly challenged Stevenson to a fight. Fueled by a mix of rage and frustration, Davis called out Stevenson, demanding a showdown to settle their differences once and for all. This public challenge was the beginning of a long and tumultuous buildup to a potential fight that, even after 6 years, has yet to materialize.
Two guys, well, the biggest puncher, I feel, at the 135 would probably be Gervonta Tank Davis. But the most skillful fighter at 135 would be hands down Shakur Stevenson.
Over the years, Davis has continued to build his career, securing victories and maintaining his undefeated record. However, his reluctance to face Stevenson has cast a shadow over his achievements. Fans and critics alike have questioned Davis's motives, suggesting that his avoidance is rooted in a fear of losing to Stevenson, whose technical skill and defensive mastery pose a significant threat to Davis's knockout-oriented style. And in an interview on June 22, 2024, casually dropped a bombshell. He announced he had no intention of fighting Stevenson anytime soon. Fans, analysts, and especially Stevenson himself were left in shock and frustration. He literally said, "I'm not fighting Shakur Stevenson. I have a lot more things to do." This comment sent shockwaves through the boxing community, signaling that the dream match might never happen. For Shakur Stevenson, Davis's dismissive attitude was a bitter pill to swallow. Stevenson had been training hard, calling out Davis repeatedly, and hyping up the fight in every interview and social media post he could. Hearing Davis blow it off like it was no big deal was infuriating. Stevenson felt deeply disrespected, believing Davis was using his name to stay relevant without any intention of following through. Stevenson's frustration reached a boiling point. He saw Davis's comments as clear evidence that he was being strung along for hype rather than being taken seriously as a contender. Stevenson felt Davis was using him to keep the buzz alive while dodging a real showdown. Fueled by this realization, Stevenson took to social media to vent his anger. "If you're not going to fight, stop using my name to stay relevant. Real fighters don't run," he tweeted, igniting a storm of support from fans and fellow fighters. And it's not just Davis's outright refusal that made Stevenson think he was scared. Oh no, it goes deeper. In an interview on March 10, 2023, Shakur Stevenson already laid it all out, accusing Davis of cherry-picking his opponents and dodging the real challenges, including himself.
Rolly Romero and he fought Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Before the fight, when they was fighting each other, he picked Rolly Romero to win because of his power. And that's what he basically said, like Rolly is, he's gonna knock him out, his power, because he's saying like Rolly was stronger. But that's a casual opinion. Like if you really think about it, it's a casual.
Stevenson didn't hold back, calling out Davis for playing it safe and avoiding top-tier fighters, making a pretty compelling case based on Davis's fight history. Let's break it down. Stevenson pointed to Davis's choice to fight Yuriorkis Gamboa on December 28, 2019. Sure, Gamboa was a former champ, but the guy was 38 years old and way past his prime. Davis won by TKO in the 12th round, but critics, including Stevenson, saw it as a safe bet, not a real test of Davis's skills. Stevenson argued that Davis's reluctance to face elite fighters was all about maintaining that shiny, undefeated record and boosting his marketability. He accused Davis of caring more about his image than proving he's the best. "Tank talks a big game, but when it comes down to it, he's not willing to risk it all," Stevenson stated. "He's more interested in looking good and making money than actually testing himself against the best." This ongoing narrative has only ramped up the anticipation for a potential showdown between these two undefeated champs, as fans and analysts debate who would come out on top in this much-hyped clash. So what do you think about this all?